So one last word of advice, future entrepreneurs, future leaders, young and up and coming people that are entering our world, what advice do you have for them?
Just start. Like
Just start.
analysis paralysis just sucks. And like the great Tony Robbins says, like if you stay in your head, you're dead. And
Ooh.
I was dead for a long time. And I this it's hard to execute and practice that. I'm not gonna lie. But once you get going and you execute and you keep just going, it makes it a lot easier. Not that some moments won't be hard, but it makes it easier.
Yeah, kind of like a snowball.
Another,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a snowball effect for sure. Absolutely. One more is don't be afraid to fail fast because then you don't know what, the sooner you fail, the more you know what doesn't work. I've always been afraid of failing, like always.
Uh,
I think we inherently like don't want to disappoint people and we don't want to look stupid, right?
do you embrace failure now?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I
What
still
was
get,
what was your last fail?
oh, what I told you before this we started recording. My last fail was uh posting a like being too quick to post a episode of my podcast, the Spicy Chef podcast. And because I was so focused on getting it out with the deadline that I had to get it out Friday. And I didn't, I mean, I worked on it, but it was like, okay, I need to get this out. I got like listening blind to the podcast because I'd listened to it so many times and like I thought my edits were good and I thought the audio was good. And then I re listened to it and I was like, it's not good. So I pulled it immediately and I messaged the guest. I was so mortified. I was like, I am so sorry that this quality was not good. If you listened to it, like, you know, I pulled it already. Like, I'm gonna rework it and I'm gonna release it at a later time. And I was so mortified and I apologized like twice in that message. It was really short. But I said like I really don't want to put like I'm so sorry I put this out. I'm fixing it. And again, so that was like something I struggled with over the weekend where it was like I had a lot of anxiety over it. And maybe it was unnecessary, I don't know. But, you know, it is what it is. That was my biggest fail recently. Earlier in the week I should have like really allowed myself to circle back to the podcast before posting it. Before I posted it, of course. I feel like I was really redundant there. I'm sorry. Um, and also just because I have a deadline with a side project doesn't mean it's going to make or break that side project.
Yeah.
Because the hot sauce is my main and I think as I grow and get bigger, what I put out there matters even more. And you're going to get like the people who are haters and you're going to get the people who are, you know, critiquing you and like all these other things. At the same time, like the more content and the more stuff you put out there and it's not what you want. Um, for me, I just think I need to be more mindful about um my reactiveness, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I throughout my career, I mean, being a chef, like you kind of are reactive in certain ways. Like you have planning, you have all these other things, but like when it's service and you have to make a decision, you're reactive in that moment. And so I think the deprogramming that I've had to do myself and still deprogramming, which is what I'm working on actually these next couple days, of kind of lowering that reactiveness to very minimum in day to day, week to week, month to month will help my nervous system, but also like the quality of content that I put out overall in general. And also, um, like I said, you just have to start and you just have to put stuff out there as my best advice for entrepreneurs, but also learning how to refine that reactiveness too. I think if it's not perfect, it's okay to put out, but don't put it out of haste. Like you have to do something, like you have to get this out, and just finding your own balance. For me, it's finding my own balance of um reactiveness and decision making, if that makes sense. And
Yeah.
like and thoughtfulness to every decision, whether it's content or business or otherwise.